Remember when tons of people flocked to Central Park at night because of a Vaporeon spawn? This is what it looks like when people flock late at night to a Dragonite spawn, also in New York. I mean, I can't help but look at this picture and just smile, because these are Pokemon fans. Tons of Pokemon fans being brought together by their love of Pokemon and also wanting to catch incredibly rare Pokemon. So it just keeps happening, and the phenomenon keeps growing to ridiculous proportions. So I wanted to cover this and a few other things. There's also video of it with pretty much people just yelling Dragonite and chanting as all chaos happens to catch this Pokemon.
Yeah. Yo, let's not just like Dragonite! 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 Dragonite!
Like, that's just absolutely nuts. There's even like a picture, you know, people. There's the Dragonite spawn right here. Dragonite just chilling next to an Abra. I don't think people cared about the Abra as much. And then, wow, just absolute crazy stuff. It looks like some lures were around as well. And then just shenanigans ensued. So this is like the density and passion of Pokemon. I was reading through the comments and it gets kind of really interesting. This is actually looks more crowded than the Mewtwo Stampede in the Antics ad. And that was actually one thing that I was thinking about, because with the Vaporeon video, I talked about the Pokemon Go ad, and then there was a lot of people running to go capture Mewtwo, and it looked like more people were actually running to get a Vaporeon that spawned in Central Park. That this has exceeded all expectations, even to the point of this right here, with tons of people going for Dragonite, rarer and more prized than a Vaporeon, and this does look crazier than what we even saw out of the Niantic's ad for the rarest Pokemon in the game. But then the plot thickens, and then now we're going to start looking into some really crazy Pokemon Go details and problems and stuff. So it was insane. We're hanging out by Central Park when someone yelled Dragonite. Just before that, we all got a Snorlax. We all started running as a mob, and then crazy stuff happened. Now, unfortunately, when stuff like this happens, people are going to be jerks. People are going to troll. And that's kind of what happened next. So after that, apparently someone yelled Charizard. I was there earlier right after the Dragonite spawn was done. Someone got everyone running again by yelling Charizard. I feel bad for those because I had Pokevision as proof the dude was lying when he called it. And then it's also showing the deeper world of Pokemon Go, that there's a lot of other websites and stuff that are tracking in real time Pokemon spawns. So let's go and show this. Like, that's Pokemon spawning right there. I have no idea what this is. I just clicked on the link for Geopoke. It's the Pokemon Radar, and it has just live Pokemon spawns with the countdowns on when they do spawn, because Pokemon last for about 15 minutes, and this is a very useful app. So now I'm on Pokevision, which seems a bit more responsive for me. I just set it up on downtown Seattle, and boom, check out all of that. So we can see the live Pokemon spawns. And so I think that this is a good way of keeping yourself safe from people yelling like fraudulent, fake, rare Pokemon, like, rare Pokemon down the street. Well, you could just pull out an app like this, then you just go to the website and boom, you tap it, and then it figures out if there's actually a Pokemon there. So it can help. And also, like, if you see a Pokemon and you have to go minutes out of your way to try to find these Pokemon, we just had a lot of Drowsy pop up. But I mean, if you go out of your way and then the Pokemon ends up despawning or wasn't exactly where you think it was, you could waste a lot of time, and that could be a pretty bad thing. Now, a lot of people think this is cheating because it takes away from the adventure of the game. Now, I don't think it's cheating because it's not modifying the game at all. It's just using this layout that it has, which is taken from the game, but it's not like hacking your game personally. It's not cheating, giving you like Pokecoins, resources, Pokemon, or anything that you wouldn't be able to obtain. It's just kind of showing you where Pokemon spawn. And if anything, I think this is more like a Pokemon adventure, that kind of like with a Pokedex or some kind of actual real Poke Radar, you can see where Pokemon are occurring naturally, and then you can go out and like hunt down the Pokemon. It like turns it more into a Pokemon hunt instead of like Pokemon wandering around and then stumbling into Zubats and stuff. So it can be used to get yourself a lot of rare Pokemon, and that's why some people think it's cheating, but at the same time it is accessible to everyone because it's just a website, you click, and then the Pokemon are shown. So you can choose to use it like that. But I think it is like a nice little thing to have just in case someone is trying to scam you, or if you're really wanting that rare Pokemon. And actually right now, since the game is broken, it's not tracking Pokemon properly, that there is like the 3 footsteps glitch. So it's actually making it hard to track down the Pokemon that you want if you see the rare Pokemon, the Pokemon you really want to capture. And something like this is going to be more helpful in that regard. And I think this is more kind of like a strategy guide. that strategy guides give you tons of information about the game. They tell you the location of every Pokemon for like the handheld games or something like that, and all the advanced tips and tricks. But we don't have anything like that. That Pokemon Go is effectively only community oriented because we don't know everything. We don't know all the mechanics. We don't know how it all works out. That there's still things about CP and levels and the strongest Pokemon and the most optimized things being discovered every day. That's why we have communities like Reddit. And this is starting to really take off. So I wanted to show it into a video because it'll help you find more rare Pokemon. And if you haven't heard about it, well, now you can choose to use it or not. But also, there is someone who has caught them all. And here's this guy's post right here. I caught every Pokemon currently available in the United States. Caught 142, seen 142. So this guy's put a ton of time in the game. I think it was something like he's caught 4,000 Pokemon total, and like 600 of them were Pidgeys. He's over level 30, so the grind is real. Now, the reason why it's only 142 and not 151, Ditto has pretty much been confirmed to not be naturally available. Same with the 3 legendary birds, Mew and Mewtwo. Also, continent-specific Pokemon are kind of excluded. Now, you can find all the continent-exclusive Pokemon regardless of your location in eggs. So it seems like out of all of the 5-kilometer eggs he's hatched, he hasn't gotten a Farfetch'd, a Mr. Mime, or a Kangaskhan, because those are found in Asia, Europe, and also in Australia. I believe we get Tauros here in America. So this guy's pretty much done it, though. That means he has the Dragonite, he has the Gyarados, he's gotten all the crazy Pokemon from tons of candies and grinding and breeding, and, well, not breeding, but, you know, grinding and egg hatching like that. So there it is. That's pretty ridiculous. This was actually like 2 days ago, but people are taking this game pretty seriously. We already have someone who has, quote-unquote, caught them all until further notice. Also, there was this little story right here. I don't know how true this is, but I've been seeing it on my Facebook feed. This got like 40,000 retweets, 40,000 likes. My favorite story so far, an animal shelter posted something on the lines of, if you're an adult and you don't want people to know you're playing Pokemon, we will rent our shelter dogs for $5 an hour so it looks like you're walking your dog. Now, with all the stories about Pokemon Go, this honestly seems very believable because I've been hearing, like, if you talk to a lot of people, there's grown adults that have never even heard or cared about Pokemon playing this game now because it's addicting. This is the next Candy Crush. This is the next Angry Birds. It's not just Pokemon. It's an incredibly addictive app that more people have downloaded than any app ever before. So there are people that are a little self-conscious about playing this kids game and stuff, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense. They now have a waiting list for people who want to pay for the privilege of walking a dog. They also have made so much money in rental fees that they have waived adoption fees. I mean, all of this sounds believable because of how crazy the Pokemon Go phenomenon has been. When the people renting dogs are out walking, they post pictures of themselves playing the game on Facebook and Instagram. People are coming to the shelter and asking to adopt specific dogs. 2 occasions, people have called the shelter and said, hey, I really didn't think I want a dog, but me and this dog really get along. I'm not bringing him back. Shelter currently has no dogs available to rent, and there's a waiting list because they've all been adopted. Now, if this is the good that Pokemon Go can bring, that is absolutely wonderful. There's like too many bad stories of like stabbings and people finding dead bodies and stuff, and also just like, oh, I get hit by a car, so I'm gonna sue Pokemon Go for my own negligence, and everyone's trying to paint Pokemon Go for this bad thing because that's like the news media outlets, instead of like the heartwarming things and how hundreds and thousands of people are getting together to catch like Dragonite and just flood as this mob of a Pokemon loving mentality society. I love it. So this right here, I honestly think it's believable because I've grown up in small towns and stuff where like the adoption process, that a lot of people have it to where this game is their secret passion, and I think that this could work. I mean, $5 an hour to just walk the dog, it does good for everyone because I would pay $5 an hour to walk a dog and pay Pokemon Go because you know you're helping the animal shelter. It's not like people are being selfish about this. This is a win-win for everyone, and if it ended up helping out the animal shelter, yeah, I'm all aboard on that, so that's pretty amazing. Also, right here, we have Apple says Pokemon Go is the most downloaded app in a first week ever. So that's pretty amazing. That, yeah, it was pretty much anticipated that more people are Googling Pokemon than porn. Not often does porn get outranked by something, but that's what's happening with Pokemon right now. More people are using Pokemon Go every day than Twitter. Pokemon Go has just taken over, and now it's like confirmed that is the most downloaded app in a first week ever, while also getting all this, and because of all these staggered releases, you know, not coming out everywhere at the same time, and then having Europe be delayed, and now Canada and Japan finally getting it. So now we're starting to get these numbers coming out, and yeah, it's as incredible as everyone has suspected it would be, and just absolutely mind-blowingly large at this scale. And we can also see a couple of other searches. Nintendo stock has doubled since the beginning of the month. Man, like, I knew Pokemon was going to go good, and I just didn't have an investor or anything like this, because I would have totally dumped some money into some Nintendo stock. As we can see, it's like trading at 15,000 yen, so about 150 bucks or something like that. And then right before, you know, we had a low, July 1st, 14,000 yen, and now it's trading at over 28,000. That is an absolutely insane amount. That means in just 3 weeks, Nintendo stock has doubled. And as you can see here, like, the peaks have been absolutely insane. So it went up a bit, went back down. Nothing's really going to top what Nintendo was performing with the Wii. The Wii was absolutely incredible and massive and really, like, made Nintendo go off. And then after that, Nintendo hasn't really done much. You know, people are joking about the Wii U. There hasn't been much drive to actually get a hold of, like, the consoles and whatnot. So Nintendo's kind of been in a slump for the last couple years, had a little bit of a boost. What was this? I'm trying to figure out what this could have been. Maybe like NX announcements that might line up or something like that. Then it went back down, but now Pokemon Go is really bringing Nintendo back up. So hopefully Nintendo can make the most out of it, and it's not just going to be a flash in the pan or something like that. But if you guys enjoyed this video, we got some happy news. You know, Nintendo's doing great. Pokemon Go is doing great. It's causing a lot of great things for the world, despite what the news is trying to tell you. Like, of course, bad's going to happen. But, I mean, people, they get hurt all the time. People are always getting hit by cars and stabbed, as bad as it sounds. But it's not, there's not an increase because of Pokemon Go. It's just that you need to be a lot more careful if Pokemon Go is distracting you more than normal. And then just the whole Dragonite thing, and also just the apps and stuff. We have a Pokemon Master in our midst as well, so I think that covers everything. If you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.
Potion or whatever. No. We have this. We need one more hit. No. Voltorb. Voltorb, buddy. Yo, we just got absolutely wrecked.